What's going on, everybody? This is Carlos, I Can Go Pro Brats, and I'm here to talk to you about something I believe all Twitch streamers should do, or at least try, think about, anything. That's a 24-hour stream. Yes, 24 hours. Crazy, I know, but hear me out. So first question on your mind, obviously, is why should I be doing this? Well, let me put it this way. There is a lot of hype behind 24-hour live streams. I, myself, am very excited anytime I see a streamer do it. I even was excited to do it myself. People want to see that. The reason being is that it's just a special event. They can tune into you at any part of the day and still see you gaming. Personally, when I did my 24-hour stream, it was the most growth I have ever seen on the platform in my entire career. Now, I'm not a big-time streamer, but this is the most growth I've ever seen. Statistically, my best day ever. So here are some tips on what you should do to prepare for it, some tips on what you should do during it, and what to do afterward.
Hey guys, this is Carlos editing the video right now. Just realized I didn't say what to do after it, so what you gotta do is take the best clips, the best highlights of the stream, and then create a supercut. Just put them on social media, whatever you gotta do, because you have to make sure people know that you did it, and you pull out the best pieces of content. Now, what I use, because there's 24 hours of footage to go to, what I use is using chat as a bookmark or landmark, so I know, oh, there's a lot of emotes, a lot of laughing, probably something good here. Try to use chat to locate funny clips. Alright, that's it, bye.
The first thing that you're going to want to do is create hype for this event. If you don't have a ton of followers or your average view rate is about 5 or 10, that's fine. As long as you create solid promotion for it, you will have people who are interested. What I did was create a hype video involving monster trucks, stupid jumping, and a little bit of clips of the games that I was going to play.
Be there, be there, be there! We'll begin the stream on Saturday, 7 p.m. and power all the way through until Sunday night.
Of course, you also need to create a schedule so people will know when they should tune in or when they don't have to. I posted mine in this nice format. I'll throw it up on the screen. This is how it looked. I had it broken down into different hours of different games that I'm going to play. So it's all about getting the word out, because you don't want to stream for 24 hours and not tell anyone about it. Now, let's move on to the idea of finally doing the 24-hour stream. Now, let's say you created the hype, you created the promos, the game schedule is all set, and now you gotta do it. What I recommend is doing it later in the day, starting it later in the day, because let's say you start it at 11 a.m. You go through 11 p.m., it's the 12-hour mark, and this is where it starts getting hard. You don't want the final stretch of your stream to be in the a.m. where not many people are going to be awake, where it's going to be a little harder for you to stay motivated. Since my final stretch was from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., it was light out. People were awake, my chat was more active, and that helped me stay motivated. So I personally recommend start it later in the day, and then you finish it later in the day, and people will be there to watch you see it through. But that also creates the issue of having enough energy and having enough sleep. So try and sleep in as much as possible. If necessary, stay up later the night before the stream so you wake up later and then your body's a little more acclimated to the late time. And of course, that brings us to caffeine. Caffeine is going to be very necessary for this stream, but don't overdo it. You don't want to see a crash. What I did was try and space out my coffee intake. I drank coffee, preferably, because it does bring in caffeine, but it's not a caffeine overload like you'd see in energy drinks. Because when you get towards the end, you don't want to have too much caffeine, because once the stream's over, there's no reason for you to be staying up. You gotta get to bed immediately. So it's important to keep a steady stream of caffeine, but don't overdo it, because you will end up crashing. Or if you overdo it and keep caffeine coming in too much, you're going to stay awake way longer than you need to, and your body is going to be fighting to stay alive. I know for sure, when I was playing Apex Legends around hour 17, my brain was mush.
I knew it! We win!
But because of the caffeine that I had, my body was still awake. So you don't want to have a mushy brain, but still awake body after the stream. So be careful with that. And do your best to stay energized. This doesn't mean stay energized in the idea of being awake. I mean, keep the energy up for your stream. While it is reasonable for you to be sluggish
and tired and kind of not really talking toward the end hours of your stream,
don't do that. Fight as hard as you can to stay energized, stay motivated, and keep the stream engaging. Of course, this is a classic tip for anyone, even if no one's chatting in the stream, if no one's watching the stream, always be talking about your thought process. Always be talking about how you're feeling about the upcoming moves, the upcoming levels, rounds, anything. You have to stay engaged with the audience, whether there is one or not. And this is going to be especially difficult when it's hour 14 and you're not feeling it. Try your best to keep talking, stay awake, stay alive, and push through. And spice up the stream as much as you can. Do things that you normally don't do that really make this a special event. Do what you can to make things spicy. You know what I mean? I want you to try as hard as you can to do things you don't normally do in a regular stream. This is 24 hours. You gotta keep things excited not only for your audience, but for yourself so you stay motivated and stay with it. I sang some Disney karaoke. I dropped the greatest Disney song of all time, Gaston. Oh, 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 Gaston! Alright guys, how was that? You like that? and I loved it. Let alone my fans. It's gotta be good for you too. Remember, while the stream is to celebrate your fans, you also have to have fun with it too. Because if you're not having fun, your stream and your audience will definitely see it. Another way to try and stay awake and stay motivated is play with friends. If you have friends from a Discord, or just friends from home or online that you like to game with, get them involved. While they may not necessarily be, streaming personalities, it's important that you have other people around to help you stay awake. But let me remind you, while I do believe that a 24-hour stream is a great idea, it's also going to be really tough. It's going to be a very tough time. So you are probably going to have a little bit of a sleep deprivation, losing your mind scenario. While this is happening, try your best to stick with it. I know I was getting a mushy brain. Just keep going. Just push forward and try and create as much of an enjoyable experience for the viewers along with yourself. Some people won't be able to make it all the way through the 24 hours, and that's fine. While I'm saying push yourself, don't kill yourself. This is your body we're talking about here, and if it's just too much, don't be afraid to call it a day. If you are struggling and you are on the verge of sleep, and you know it's not going to be good for your health, call it quits. It's fine. Everyone understands. Your viewers will understand. And most importantly, this is your health we're talking about. So you'll try it again another time, or maybe go for a smaller goal of 12 hours, 16 hours, 20 hours if you can. But don't push yourself to the point where it negatively affects your health. Okay, well, I think that explains everything I have to offer. So seriously, guys, look into a 24-hour stream, create a schedule, create some hype for it, prepare, make sure you guys have meals prepared beforehand so you could just go heat it up, and then it's not going to be a big deal. If you're not eating, you're going to crash, that's for sure. Make sure you keep a steady supply of food, caffeine, and energy throughout the entire stream, and I'm sure you'll have some great success like I have in the past. Alright, that's all I got for this video. Take it easy, and I'll see you on the next one.